Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Jinjin's Cosmic. If you didn't happen to be here, perhaps it's time to meet your soul. Dear Libra, have you felt it? A subtle, yet undeniable shift in the very texture of the air around you. It is a change not of circumstance, but of essence. You walk into a room, and a quiet current follows you, a silent announcement of your arrival that precedes any word you might speak. Conversations may not halt, but their frequency shifts, their focus subtly drawn into your orbit. It is not something you are doing, but something you are being. This is not the fleeting magnetism of a new outfit or a confident smile. This is deeper. It is the result of a profound inner alchemy, a sacred work that has been conducted in the hidden chambers of your soul, far from the view of the world. For a long time, you felt invisible, overlooked, your quiet grace mistaken for a lack of presence. But in that invisibility, a light was being meticulously cultivated. And now, that light has reached a point of critical mass. It can no longer be contained. Some will feel this emerging radiance and be inexplicably drawn to it, feeling a sense of warmth, of homecoming, of peace in your presence. Others will feel a strange discomfort, a subtle pressure, as your light illuminates the unlit corners of their own hearts. And some may find they cannot stand to be near you at all, for the purity of your resonance is a frequency their own shadows cannot tolerate. Understand this. You have not become more beautiful in the eyes of the world. You have become more resonant with the truth of your own soul. And this soul-level authenticity is a form of divine beauty so potent, so rare, that it cannot be manufactured, bought, or ignored. It is a mantle of light placed upon you by the universe, not as a reward, but as a designation. You have been marked for a new level of visibility, not so that you may be admired, but so that you may be aligned with a destiny that can no longer wait. If you have sensed this shift, this quiet, gravitational pull that now surrounds you, I invite you to anchor this truth in your being. Go to the comments section now and make this sacred declaration. I, Libra, am becoming visible to my destiny. Let this be more than a simple phrase. Let it be an acceptance, a vow to no longer shrink from the light you were born to carry. Stay with me until the very end, for we will uncover the sacred purpose of this glow and why its emergence is the most significant turning point of your life. Before the radiance, there was a sacred incubation. Before you became a presence too resonant to ignore, there were seasons of profound invisibility, days, months, perhaps even years, when you felt like a ghost in your own life, when you looked in the mirror and the reflection felt faint, disconnected. You gave your light away so freely, harmonizing the spaces around you, that you were left with too little to illuminate yourself. What you did not realize, what no one could see, was that this period of obscurity was a form of divine protection. The universe was not ignoring you, it was insulating you. It was keeping you in a sacred incubator, shielding you from a world that was not yet ready for your fully formed light, and from a visibility your spirit was not yet prepared to sustain. True spiritual beauty, the kind that radiates from the core of your being, is not forged in the spotlight. It is cultivated in the dark. It is the pearl that is formed, layer by patient layer, around a grain of sand, an irritation, a wound, a pain. When you felt left out, the universe was teaching you the art of self-companionship. When you felt rejected, it was forcing you to build an unshakable foundation of self-worth that did not depend on external validation. When you felt unseen, it was whispering to your soul, the only gaze that matters is the one from within and the one from above. This season was a holy stripping away. It was a divine chiseling, removing the layers of conditioning you had absorbed the need to please, the fear of conflict, the belief that your value was determined by your usefulness to others. Every disappointment, every quiet heartbreak was a sacred tool, sculpting away what was not you, until what remained was the pure, essential truth of your own soul. This is why your attractiveness now feels so different. It is not the fragile charm that needs constant reassurance. It is a quiet, solid gold authority that emanates from your spirit. It is the peace that settles in a room when you enter. It is the way people feel safe to be vulnerable in your presence. It is the subtle sense of balance and clarity that lingers long after you have gone. They cannot name it, but they feel it. They are not just drawn to the harmony of your features. They are drawn to the harmony of your soul. They are sensing the evidence of your healing, the quiet dignity of your scars, the unshakable calm of a spirit that has walked through the fire of its own becoming and emerged, not burned, but illuminated. This is why you are magnetic now. Your beauty is not a surface-level attribute. It is the visible evidence of your invisible victories. The universe did not gift you this light casually. It prepared you, meticulously and in secret, to carry it with grace, wisdom, and profound purpose. What you now carry, Libra, is a form of sacred resonance. Think of it not as a cloak you wear, but as a frequency you emit. After your long period of inner work and alignment, your soul has begun to vibrate at its true native pitch. And this frequency is so pure, so clear, that it acts as a powerful energetic signature, preceding you into every room and every interaction. It is this resonance that causes the subtle shifts in the atmosphere around you. It is why strangers may feel a sudden urge to be kind to you, or why old acquaintances may look at you as if seeing you for the first time. It is also why some may react with a sudden, inexplicable antagonism. Your frequency is not just a pleasant hum, it is a tuning fork for truth. This sacred resonance is a form of divine favor, but not one that is arbitrarily given. It is earned through the grueling, unglamorous work of inner alignment. When your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your deepest intentions all begin to vibrate in harmony, you become a clear channel for a higher energy. You become impossible to ignore because your very presence introduces a new, more coherent frequency into any environment. You may notice its effects in subtle ways. Opportunities may begin to flow toward you with a new sense of ease. People may mention your name in rooms of influence you have never entered. Solutions to long-standing problems may appear as if by magic. This is your resonance at work, speaking for you in the unseen realms, clearing pathways, and magnetizing to you that which is in vibrational alignment. But this resonance has a dual function. Just as it attracts, it also repels. Not everyone is ready for or comfortable with the frequency of authenticity. Those who are living in a state of inner conflict, who are wearing heavy masks, or who are benefiting from a lack of clarity, will find your presence deeply unsettling. They will not know why, but they will feel exposed, as if your clear light is shining on the very parts of themselves they wish to keep in shadow. They may misinterpret your quiet confidence as arrogance. They may project their own insecurities onto you, seeing you as a rival in a competition that exists only in their mind. They may withdraw or become critical, not because of anything you have done, but because they cannot handle the truth that your resonance reflects back to them. This is both the beauty and the immense challenge of your current state. You cannot control how others interpret your frequency, You can only be responsible for keeping it clear. You no longer have to strive for recognition. Your resonance announces you. You no longer have to chase opportunities. Your alignment draws them to you. This sacred resonance is your divine calling card. And your only job is to live a life that keeps it ringing true. It is a strange and holy paradox, is it not, Libra? To finally embody the very radiance you once prayed for, only to discover that it carries its own weight. This is because your sacred resonance creates a powerful mirror effect. When you walk into a space, fully inhabiting your authentic self, you become a living mirror, and people do not see you. They see themselves reflected in your light. This is the source of the pressure you now feel. The reactions you receive are rarely about you. They are about the person looking at you. The admirer who sees your grace and feels inspired is actually seeing the potential for grace that exists within their own soul. Your light has simply activated their memory of it. The bold supporter who celebrates your success without envy is seeing a reflection of their own abundant and generous spirit. Conversely, the individual who feels a pang of jealousy is not envious of you. They are grieving the part of themselves they have neglected, the risks they did not take, the light they have failed to cultivate. The critic who seeks to find a flaw in you is simply trying to shatter a mirror that is showing them their own imperfections too clearly. Understanding this is the key to your freedom. You must not personalize the reflections. The admiration is not yours to absorb into your ego, and the criticism is not yours to absorb into your wounds. Both are simply data, information about the inner state of the person before you. Your role is not to manage their reaction. It is to hold the mirror steady. This is a profound spiritual responsibility. It requires you to remain in your center, to be a non-anxious presence, regardless of the reflections you are shown. It is a test of your humility when praise comes your way. It is a test of your compassion when envy is directed at you. It is a test of your sovereignty to not dim your light to make another feel more comfortable. For in doing so, you rob them of the very reflection that could be the catalyst for their own healing. Your beauty has become a pressure because it is a presence that demands a response. It gently, and sometimes not so gently, forces people to reckon with themselves. Some will be elevated by this encounter. Others will be agitated. This is not your burden to carry. Your only task is to polish the mirror through your own continued inner work, to keep it clean and clear, and to allow it to do its sacred work without apology. So, how do you navigate this new, high-stakes, energetic landscape? How do you carry this light without being burned by the attention it attracts? You do so with a new level of conscious, spiritual artistry. First, you must cultivate the practice of anchoring in the source. Your light is not a personal accomplishment, it is a divine flow passing through you. The moment you claim it as your own, your ego will attach to it, and it will become brittle and performative. Begin and end each day with a moment of gratitude, a simple acknowledgement that you are a vessel. When compliments come, receive them graciously, but inwardly, pass them up to the source from which all light flows. This will keep you humble and your channel clear. Second, you must become a master of sacred boundaries. Your energy is now a precious, high-frequency resource. It is not available for everyone at all times. You must learn the art of the gentle but firm no. A no to conversations that drain you, to obligations that deplete you, to people who seek to exploit your light rather than honor it. Boundaries are not walls that shut others out. They are the gatekeepers of your inner temple, ensuring that the sacred space from which your resonance emanates remains pure and consecrated. Third, you must practice the art of discerning the reflections. As the mirror, You must learn not to identify with the images you reflect. When someone showers you with idealization, recognize it as a reflection of their own longing. When another casts a stone of criticism, recognize it as a reflection of their own pain. Observe these reflections with a compassionate detachment. Bless them and let them go. Your identity is not found in their gaze. It is found in your own steady connection to the source. Finally, you must embrace the responsibility of the light. This newfound visibility is not for your own glory. It is for a higher purpose. Your light is meant to be a beacon. Your task is to simply stand where you are planted and shine, allowing your presence to serve as a permission slip for others to find and ignite their own inner light. Use your visibility to amplify kindness, to model grace under pressure, and to remind others, through your very being, that a life of authentic alignment is possible. This is how you handle the pressure, not by building walls, not by shrinking back into the shadows, but by becoming a more conscious, more loving, and more disciplined steward of the magnificent energy that is now flowing through you. Ultimately, Libra, this is not a story about becoming more attractive. It is a story about becoming more purposeful. The universe never bestows a gift without embedding a purpose within it. This sacred resonance, this divine glow, is a spiritual tool. It is a divine positioning system, meticulously designed to magnetize you to the exact people, places, and opportunities that are aligned with your soul's highest calling. This glow is a key. It is designed to unlock doors you could not have opened on your own. It is a silent introduction that will grant you access to rooms where your unique gifts of balance, justice, and beauty are desperately needed. You are not just being seen, you are being placed. Your purpose is not to be an object of admiration. It is to be a bridge. Every interaction, every conversation is an opportunity to be a conduit for something greater. Your resilience can inspire someone on the verge of giving up. Your calm can soothe a soul in turmoil. Your simple, authentic presence can remind someone of a truth they had long forgotten. You are a message embodied in human form. Some will be ready to receive this message. They will cross the bridge of your presence and find their way to a higher version of themselves. Others will stand at the edge, not yet ready to make the journey. Your job is not to persuade or to pull. Your job is to simply be the bridge, strong, steady, and open. Therefore, walk in this light without apology. Your season of shrinking is over. Your time of hiding in the harmonious background has come to a sacred and necessary end. You have been entrusted with a powerful radiance because your soul has proven it can carry it. The pressure you feel is not a sign that something is wrong. It is confirmation that you are powerful, that your presence matters, that you are having an effect. So stand tall, breathe deeply. Let your presence be a blessing, your boundaries be clear, and your heart be anchored in the source of all light. You were never meant to be a mirror. You were born to be a sun, and your time to rise has, at long last, arrived.